Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your in-depth weekly horoscope for the Sun or the Ascendant for week commencing the 31st of May. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. This means every time I drop a video, you will get an alert. Also, please take advantage of my fantastic combination report special offer. A character analysis and 12-month forecast totally unique to you, which will give you searing insights into your future prospects. Please see the link beneath this video and get 30% off. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your in-depth forecast for week commencing the 31st of May, with the Sun, Mercury, Venus and the North Node all in the glorious 5th house of your situation. What's not to like? Well, also with Saturn in your sign in an enormously constructive link with the Sun all through this week. If there is something creative that's requiring you to be very disciplined, but also demonstrating just how talented you can be, despite the fact that Saturn is retrograde now, despite the fact that Mercury is retrograde, you can push forwards with something in a step-by-step and very thorough and systematic way that can bring a reward. But there are a few traps this week for sure, not least Neptune. Neptune's been in your sector of money and self-worth since 2012. If both those areas have proved to be a little bit unclear during that period of time, it wouldn't really be a surprise. And Neptune this week is clashing with Mercury. Mercury retrograde suggests in the 5th house that there can be changes of plan, that things can be quite fluid. If you're someone who's able to go with that, I don't think it's going to bug you too much. But the Neptune link is more complex, especially if you're thinking of splashing out on anything, because on Wednesday there is also a quarter moon in Pisces, which links back to the Sun. Again, this is the 2nd, 5th house axis. And it's possible that someone close to you may be taking your generosity a little bit too much for granted. But then again, maybe you will decide to be extremely generous. If that's what you decide, as long as you thought it through, which is what Saturn's link to the Sun is all about, then that's fine. But with Saturn now in retrograde and still in a clash with your other ruler of Uranus, I feel that if things aren't going quite at the pace you would like, it could be really quite draining and exasperating. However, with Pluto in the sector of psychology in your scope, clashing with Mars in the 6th house, that sense of frustration if things aren't moving at the pace needed could amp up even higher. Fortunately, Venus arrives in Cancer on Wednesday and just brings a more soothing and a little bit more of a healing vibe to anything where you need to relate to people about details. So yes, your talent is absolutely awesomely shining just now, but it does need to be packaged in a way that's workable. And I think Venus moving just helps you to interrelate with people in a way that they can understand. But for us all, with Mercury and Saturn in retrograde, there is the potential for things to slow down. But remember, Mercury retrograde is also a time to revise, to review, to repair. And your 5th house can be about your love life, it can be about your social situation, it can be about your talents. And if you really work on these things in a very step-by-step way, even if it sounds a little bit unsexy, I do feel by the end of this week progress can be made.